$7 billion. That's what Levi's made in 1996. Its best year ever. 7 years later, almost half of that was gone. And in that same window, the company that spent decades bragging about being the one conscience in corporate America quietly shut down every factory it owned on US soil. No scandal, no leak. It happened in plain sight, buried in press releases, and almost nobody connected the dots. To see how, picture a broke immigrant stepping off a boat with nothing but bolts of cloth and no plan at all. (1853). San Francisco is a mud-choked tent camp full of men chasing gold that mostly isn't there. Levi Strauss, 24, steps off the ship carrying not a pickaxe, but bolts of canvas, here to sell to the men digging. For 2 decades, that's the whole story. Then, in 1872, a Reno tailor named Jacob Davis writes with a trick. Hammer a copper rivet into a pocket right where it always rips first, and it stops tearing. He can't afford the patent. Strauss can. They split it. May 20th, 1873, the modern blue jean is born in a filing cabinet in Washington. Decades later, April 1906, the ground splits open, San Francisco burns, and the fire swallows Levi Strauss Co. whole. Every record, every early pattern, almost everything from the company's first 50 years, gone in one night. It should be the end. Instead, what rises from the ash turns out tougher than what burned. By the 1940s, those miners' pants find a new army, literally. Denim becomes essential wartime clothing, and soldiers come home wearing the habit. Then Hollywood finishes the job. James Dean, Marlon Brando, and overnight jeans stop meaning work and start meaning rebellion. Some schools ban them, which of course makes every teenager want a pair immediately. By the 70s, the counterculture claims the 501 as its uniform, and Levi's rides that wave onto the New York Stock Exchange. But the hardest test this company would ever face wasn't coming from a rival. It was coming from inside the family that owned it. Robert Haas, a Levi Strauss descendant, takes the company private again. $1.6 billion in debt, all to protect the soul from Wall Street. For a while, it works. Levi's pulls out of apartheid South Africa, offers same benefits to domestic partners before almost any Fortune 500 company dares to. In 1992, walks away from Myanmar over human rights, becomes genuinely the good guy of American business. That reputation is about to be tested, not by a scandal, but by a spreadsheet. 1996, $7.1 billion, the peak. Then it falls fast. Cheaper rivals outrun Levi's on price and style. $1.6 billion in debt. Easy on the way up becomes a boulder on the way down. By 2003, sales have nearly halved. Easy to assume Levi's just got outcompeted. It didn't. The real damage was already sitting inside its own balance sheet, waiting. Between 1997 and 2003, Levi's closes every factory left in the US and Canada. Every one. Tens of thousands of jobs, whole towns losing the plant that had anchored them for generations, while production moves overseas to contractors Levi's doesn't have to answer for. The same company that walked away from Myanmar on principle is now gutting its own workforce to keep its lenders quiet. Not villainy. They believed every stance they'd taken. But belief doesn't cover a debt payment. By the early 2000s, Levi's is renegotiating debt just to dodge default, fighting to stay alive while its name still sells authentic America on every shelf. The comeback takes over a decade. Strip to the core line, rebuild retail, invest in product instead of managing decline. In 2019, Levi's walks back onto the New York Stock Exchange, public again, 34 years after the family took it private to protect it from exactly this. Today it's worth billions again, still built on the rivet Jacob Davis sketched in 1872. The rivets are still there. The name is still there. What's gone is almost everything that used to sit behind that name. The factories, the towns, the workers who once made the jeans instead of just selling them. The lesson was never that Levi's lost touch with what people wanted. It's that even the company that tried hardest to be different made the same call every corporation makes when the debt comes due.